Guys, welcome to week two of the challenge, guys. So last week it was not bad, but okay, not good or actually too, but okay. We had good pairs. We made some loss, we made some profits. So let us get down to it for this week. So this week, the pairs we have for this week are very good pairs, and are basically some of the last week pairs. And I just realized that now my top pairs are pairs now that I have the daily break and retest. I have the daily to have that. The daily must have the break and retest. If not, it's not going to be my top pair. So GBP AUD, we were able to catch a 1 to 3 last week on this pair. And we're hoping to continue the runs. You can see 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Hoping to continue these massive runs this week. So let's just get down to the weekly. So on the weekly, you can see that we're actually bearish on the weekly below this area of interest here. You can see whenever we are below, we are selling, above, we are buying. On the daily you can see the daily we have our daily break retest below area of interest. We have the market had a break, a doji, and a pullback to area of interest, and we are constantly also rejecting from that area of interest on the daily, which is good. So I said I just need the daily. Once the daily is my favor, I'm very confident in taking that trade. Now we have the EMA approaching on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we shifted bullish actually, and we need to sell, so we need to shift bearish. You can see we are bullish on the 4 hour. So that's when we are go down to the 2 hour to get my shift of structure on the 2 hour. Now on the 2 hour, you can see that the market is actually bullish too. So any market which is bearish, which is at this area here, any market to form a higher high, because this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, higher high, higher low. Because this high came above this high, so we are actually still bullish here. So we don't need market to have a deeper pullback and then a lower low to give me my lower high to sell. So I just need market to have a little more price action around here to shift structure so that I can sell this market to the downside. The next pair I have is NZD-CHF. So you can see that NZD-CHF was last week pair. Now on the weekly, just like I said, we have the weekly break of this area. We have the daily break and retest. Now some might say that this is not a break and retest here, that this market here never actually had a break and retest. But to me, let me show you guys the line chart. To me, this area has a break and retest. Why? Because of that doji. Now the doji happened on the daily, not on the 1 hour or the 2 hour. And at the daily is basically a full day, full 24 hour of price action movement. You understand? So that is why it's, if you look at the line chart, it actually has like a kind of reaction here. You can see it, we actually have a short slowdown before we continue. Why? Because the daily is a very strong and important time frame. So you can see because of this daily, we shifted bullish for the buys. Now the 4 hour, we are actually bearish on the 4 hour. The 4 hour we are bearish. This is the higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower low. We haven't closed below this low, so we are still bearish. So I need this market to actually shift more bearish to reject from EMA and one psychological level here. Then I get my shift of structure within this area to buy. Now you can see that this week I just need one good trade. That's a 1:4. If this trade should go well, this is a 1:4 GBAUD, because let me show you on the daily, no, on the weekly self. I can see markets filling up this week, and if you go back to the left, you can see that whenever we are at this area, we just buy all the way, we sell all the way, we buy all the way, sell all the way, buy all the way, sell all the way. No actual structure stopping market from moving here. Go down to the daily, basically almost the same thing. No actual structure. You can see for markets follow, markets follows. So there's no actual structure stopping it from just selling off or buying off. So that is the same thing I'm looking at here. Or below the area of interest. So I can see this market, if it should give me what I need, you just go to sell all the way down to this area. Same thing with NZD-CHF. I need this market to have the same thing. You can see on the weekly, this is the next area of reaction. You can see massive sell. So once we're above here, I can see this is the next area of reaction, which can give me my 1:4 easily. Can give my 1:4 weeks to reward ratio easily on this trade. So NZD-CHF looks very clean. You can see, as I told you guys, I'm looking for only 1:4 trades this week, because last week we had a good run, but we also had bad runs too, which took the account up and brought it back down to be basically back to where we started off. So, and this is the week 2, and I told you guys the plan I'm going to use for this challenge. I need to every 2 weeks I need to pass phase 1 in 2 weeks, pass phase 2 in 2 weeks, so that I can finish the trade in a month, the challenge in a month. and we were not able to get a good start last week. So this week I'm going for just one trade. Why is the 1:4? Risking 100 to make 400. That will pass me phase one. And if I should catch two good trades this week, I can actually pass phase one and phase two this week, or pass phase one and have a very, very good up hand in phase two. So let me keep breaking out the market for you guys. So on the weekly time frame here, we are so on the weekly time frame, just like I said, whenever we reach this area, we're going to react here. So and guess what now? The same thing I said what's happened. We came here, reacted, shifted bearish for the sales. We are below area of interest. Whenever we're below, we are selling. Above, we are buying. On the daily, now we have our daily break, daily retest back to the area of interest, which we need to sell off from. On the 4 hour, now that's where market shifted bullish. So just the same thing I keep waiting and I keep saying. I need market to give me a shift of structure here, change of character, whatever you want to call it. I just need market to do it up here. So I need the shift of structure here to shift this market bearish. Then I can sell off the shift of structure there. On the 2 hour, same thing. You can see what I'm looking for. AED card, the next pair. AED card here on the weekly. You can see that on the weekly, we are this weekly high here. Market had a reaction. You can see that last time I came to this weekly high, we sold and we just had a week from here. On the daily, you can see that on the daily, we can have the market. You can see the market is really slowing down on the daily time frame. We have a daily doji and then follow up. Currently slowing down here. Now our area of interest on the 4 hour, you can see this what left head, right shoulder, break, retest back to our area of interest. So we already have our break, retest back to this area of interest. Now we just need an engulfing to continue this market to the downside. On the 2 hour, you can see that break, retest, beautiful money star formation, beautiful rejection candlestick here. We broke out. Now we're retesting back this area. So now we just need market to give us another break and retest from this area now. Now this market is actually bearish. You can see this is the lower high and the lower low. Just that on the 1 hour, you can see market is trying to form another left head, right shoulder. So we just need it to constantly continue the rejection from here and have the break from the head, left head, right shoulder on the 1 hour to get the retest to continue selling to the downside. Euro AUD. Now Euro AUD and GBP AUD, same thing. I'm looking for the two of them. They are moving the exact same way, the exact same everything. Just that one is faster than the other. That just basically it. One is faster than the other. Now GBP AUD is obviously faster than Euro AUD. You can see that on Euro AUD now. We are yet to approach the area of interest. We are just rejecting from here. But GBP AUD, we have rejected from the area of interest, and the shift of structure we need here is not as deep as the one we need on Euro AUD. So and I likely like GBP AUD more because of how consistent it is. So Euro AUD, I'm also consistent to this pair too, just that I like Euro AUD better. Now the thing is, whichever of these two sets first, I'll be interested in taking it because we have both of them the daily in our favor. Now we can still go for the same 1:4 on both of them, so I'm okay with both of them. Euro card on the daily, you can see we're below area. Let me just go to the weekly first. On the weekly, this is market creating this left head, right shoulder, break, retest. Now we are still bearish because this is the high and this is the low. Still bearish on this market. On the daily time frame, what do we have? Now market having another potential left head. So by the time we get the retest to continue, it will be the right shoulder formed. On the 4 hour, now you can see it. This is the left, this is the head, this is the right shoulder. On the 4 hour, we just need the market to have the pullback to this area to reject from this EMA to continue selling to the downside for your 1:3 risk to reward ratios. You can see that the pairs we have for this week are pairs that, yes, mostly 1:3, and the first 1, 2, 3 pairs are the pairs that have our daily time frame break and retest already, plus Euro AUD already have the daily break and retest, so they are the most ready of them all. Now the rest are actually clean, but we don't have the daily retests on them. So Euro GBP on the weekly time frame, you can see the market is actually having a weak fill from this week while constantly taking out weekly liquidities at this area. Our below area of interest bearish. We have the left head, right shoulder here, but we do not have the break and retest below here. The break and retest is above, which we cannot be selling to a support zone. It's a mistake I made last week and I paid for it. On the 4 hour, you can see we have our shift of structure here, but we are still above this area of interest. We need to be below it to sell this market. On the 2 hour, you can see market forming a left head right shoulder. So we need the chart pattern to form completely and then have the break and retest below this area, because you can see this area is well respected multiple times. So we need it to happen below this area. Now GBP NZD and Euro NZD, still the same thing I'm looking for, just like GBP AUD and Euro AUD, and both of them GBP is the most ready of them all. So let me just break it down. Now I actually cut the beginning of these cells here all the way up here when it started, just that I got stopped out here. You can see it here. I got stopped out because of my stop loss placement. Market decided to have a deeper pullback and it took me out, took out from these highs and then sold all the way. If I've had this trade, I could have gotten like a 1:12 risk to reward ratio. Well, but I guess that's just how the market works. You can't always profit every time. So you can see this market is constantly giving us a break retest. Now we just need it to break retest within the area. Now we need this break retest to happen again, but under this area. So I need market to actually have this break and then retest under that area. Then I go down to my 4 hour. You can see on the 4 hour constantly having what? Break retest, price action, bearish price action going. So we just need this to have a break below the area and then a retest to continue the sales to the downside. Same thing we need for Euro NZD. Just that Euro NZD now on the daily, you can see that the daily we are still at the top of the area of interest, the support zone. So we still need to break all the way, then retest it to continue. So it's going to take more time than GBP NZD. GBP USD, the next pair. Now GBP USD on the weekly. Let me explain why I'm selling this pair. Let me explain why I'm selling it. Now you can see that on the weekly time frame now. Last time market was here was June last year, and what do? We had liquidity and then we sold. Now we had a larger liquidity, and if you look, the last time we actually at this area, you can see it was October 2021. That is about 4 to 5 years ago, which is a lot of time in the forex industry. A lot of things happen within 4 to 5 years. You all guys are witness of that. So you can see the sell-offs have started on the daily, but in order for me to be interested in this pair, because I have weak cleaner pairs, in order for me to be interested in this pair, I'll need you to have this break all the way below here and then retest it. That's on the daily. I'll need a daily to actually have a daily break and a daily retest all the way here. If not, I'm more interested in you. I might just wait till the next week to take you. NZD card, basically the same thing with GBP USD. I need market to have the daily break here to shift bearish and then the retest. Now the reason why I want the daily to close below here, because this is the daily higher low and the higher low high. By the time we close here, we are shifting bearish on the daily, and then we wait for the retest to continue the sales to the downside. You can see the 4 hour is setting up nicely. The weekly, the reason why I'm going to sell this pair is because you can see now we had a very long bullish run, and this area is actually well respected. So I can see market actually having a sell off before it continues anything it wants to do. Same thing, you can see market having a sell off before it continues anything it wants to do. NZD USD, same thing. I told you guys, NZD US and NZD card, they move the same pattern. I've noticed it for a long while. I've traded these two pairs and be very profitable with these two pairs just by doing the same thing on both pairs. You can see, you can see here, multiple wins here, some a few losses, just one, just one loss here. So I still be waiting for the same thing in NZD card, a daily break retest to sell. Euro JPY market is, I'm looking for sales on this market, so I wait for a break below here and retest to sell. On the weekly time frame, you can see that we are changing direction from this long bullish one. We're actually starting to sell. At least we'll have a sell to this area here. On the 4 hour, that's where you can see it's better. Now on the 4 hour, we're actually below this area here. Break, retest, no engulfing, no sales. So the market actually have this break and retest below here. Now the reason is because to sell this market here, you can see that on the 2 hours, we are constantly being rejecting from this 2 hour area of interest here. So in order for us to sell, we need to actually break this 2 hour area of interest and then retest back to sell markets. AUD/JPY, the next pair. AUD/JPY, I'm not too interested in this pair now, but we're looking for what? Let me look at what we're looking for this market. So AUD/JPY are looking for sales on this market because of the weekly. So I like doing the same way with JPY pairs. The weekly has been at this area. The weekly is very, very much bullish, very, very much bullish. But I'm looking, so that is the daily. The daily is bullish, but we have this weekly engulfing doji. So I can see markets starting to retrace, but I will only be interested in selling you if you're below here. Go to the daily. So once I get the break and retest below here, then I'll be interested. AUD CHF. I don't really like this pair, but just for analysis sake, you can see on the weekly. So I'm looking to buy here. The weekly is bearish. We're bullish here. Higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. So we just need market to shift structure more and then have a break and retest to shift the structure bullish. So now we need market to actually have deeper pull in to create a new lower low and then shift the structure by creating a higher high and then higher low to buy. GBP card, what we're looking here. GBP card, same thing with NZD-CHF. I just need market to actually have a deeper pull in and then a break and retest to shift the structure bullish, and so that will still be out our area of interest while it's happening, so that we can actually buy the market. So those are basically the pairs we have for this week, the cleanest pairs among all the pairs I've analyzed this week, and among all of them, these are my top 3 pairs: GBP-UD, NZD-CHF, and USD-JPY. These are my top 3 pairs for this week. Now, last week the pairs were not looking too clean at the beginning because we had a lot of counter trend and a lot of slow trades, but this week we have very, very good and actually ready markets. So hopefully, if everything goes well and we are able to catch these trades correctly, I think these videos might actually get shorter because we might actually end up finishing the challenge on time. So see you guys as the week starts. Hope we all become profitable this week, and let's see how the challenge goes.